Hi, I'm Kerri Lendo here with Inside Joke with Neal Brennan. Thanks for coming. Oh, hello.
I went bang, bang, bang.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So we were talking about vegan restaurants earlier. Are you vegan?
I am. And Austin has a good couple vegan places that I know of, but I went to one that I didn't know of, and I paid the ultimate price. Diarrhea. No, I'm kidding. No, it was like bad. It was slow even for a vegan place. It's like, it was bad.
Do you have trouble on the road being a vegan ever?
I don't, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm a shitty vegan.
Okay.
No, I'm just a lazy, I'm vegan unless there's a Cinnabon, and then I'll downgrade. But also, I'm not good at I don't ask a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Like I just realized that bread has eggs in it a lot of the time and butter. No idea.
Yeah, so I'm vegetarian. Sometimes beans have lard, and I just don't ask. Don't
Refried,
tell.
dude. Yeah, exactly. You just get like, what? Yeah, it's like how. Also, then you also realize like nothing's gonna happen.
Right.
It's just like a thing I'd like to do, but it's
no need to be an absolutist.
Right.
Nice. So, your career, you didn't start in stand up, right?
No.
You were writing for it.
But I intend to end it.
Did you get an after Chapelle show, or was it?
Yeah, I got a little during, and then because you know what they say, don't start stand up till you're 29. I got a little bit during, and then when Dave left and went to Africa, I didn't do it much. I did a little bit, but it's like doing a show. It's hard to do both. And then and looking back, it was so infrequent that I barely even count it.
Gotcha.
And then when he left, I thought that anytime I went on stage, people would be like, "Where's Dave?" But anyway, so then I stopped for 2 years. Another thing that they say to do: stop from 31 to 34.
So do you find yourself doing like periods of stand up and then periods of writing
Yeah,
scripts?
but for the most part, like it's stand up. You can do stand up at night. So
you don't want to be doing stand up in the morning.
no, but you can. But that's the thing is like you can. When I directed this movie called The Goods that no one saw. And I didn't do it when we were shooting, but when you're editing, it's like, we're done editing at 6, so I can't be like pouring over footage all the time. And then I directed Amy Schumer's show, which is about to start on Comedy Central. I directed like half of that, and I would do it on Saturday and Sunday, but then Monday, for Monday through Friday, I didn't.
Just a work week. Nice.
Yeah, so I would do it, and you have to. In order to be good at it, you have to do it. My buddy Dov Davidoff said stand-up's the only thing that if you don't do it for 24 hours, you get rusty. And it's kind of true. Like it's like you get like, so I have to be funny? Yeah, it's like, you got to do it.
Nice. So you have a podcast too, The Champs. How did you and Moshe and Doug come about doing that?
Well, first of all, Doug quit.
Okay.
So, I did Joe Rogan's podcast a couple years ago, and he said it was like the best thing that he ever did for his career. And so I was like, yeah, well, so when we started one, and it turned out like I like talking, Moshe likes talking, and our angles that we mostly have like black dudes or we have almost no white people. We had Riff Raff.
You guys have an eclectic.
Who's like a white rapper, but like barely.
How do you guys pick your guests? Because it's an eclectic mix. You have had like Too Short.
Yeah, we had to. If you're black, you're pretty much guaranteed.
Listen up, black people.
Yeah, this is hilarious. All right, so there was a guy who there's a guy named T.K. Kirkland who's a black comedian, and I got his number. So I texted somebody, a black guy. I was like, hey, what's TK's number? He texted me back a number. So then I text that number, and someone calls and is like, yo, what's up? I'm like, who's this? And he's like, this is Steve, man. He's like, I want to be interviewed. And it was just some black dude in Atlanta named Steve who wanted me to interview him because he liked Chappelle's show. I had said that in the text, like I did Chappelle. In some ways I wish we had interviewed him because it would have been the dumbest shit ever. But that speaks to how desperate we are for black people.
But there's a cut.
No, Steve. Yeah, you got to have done something. You have to have rapped, we had Chris Rock recently. We had Reggie Watts. Nice. We've had some good people. Then we've had like Aziz and Bobby Lee and Felipe Esparza. Like we'll go Mexican and Asian. So we're not crazy. And we had Sasha Grey, who's a porn star. And sadly, a white porn star. We had a black guy on it, Flying Lotus, with her, and that's our most downloaded episode. So we're hurting ourselves by having black people, but we're doing a service.
That's great. Do you listen to a lot of podcasts, or do like all your friends just have podcasts?
Yeah, at this point, it's like, who do I listen to? I'm a fucking old, like, I listen to, like, the Leonard Lopate show out of New York. Just like I'm just turning into, like, an old NPR guy. Listen to, like, Radio Lab and Leonard Lopate, and it depends who's on. If I like the guest, but at this point, there's very few people that haven't done all of them multiple times. So I kind of, if it's like a rare, I used to listen to Marin all the time, but now it's like I know all the people. It used to be people I didn't know, but now it's like just people I'm friends with. So.
Nice. So I'll be interviewing people all week. What are questions you don't want to hear as a comic? Help me out here. Is there anything annoying that you get asked a lot?
Where's Dave?
Where's Dave?
I think don't ask people that.
Don't ask people where Dave Chapelle is.
Because if I don't know, they don't know. No, I know where he is. Dave's in Ohio, and guys, he's fine. He's fine. The national nightmare is over. He's safe. He's back. In fact, he's all ripped up. He's all bulked up, beefed up. He had a horrible show here, right? Didn't he have a horrible show in Austin?
Oh, yeah, there was some like crazy hecklers who just didn't understand.
Not to heckle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's so where's Dave is an annoying one. I think that's the only one I don't like answering. Yeah. It's like what are you curious about? And then that's the jumping off point. Nice. When I interviewed Steve from Atlanta.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to interview people. It's like, what do you care? What about them is interesting to you? Nice. And then, although Pete Holmes, who has a podcast and is doing it here, emailed me an hour and a half ago and was like, hey, I'm about to interview Dom Irrera. Do you have anything about him I can ask? And then so I answered, and then he goes, also Morgan Murphy. I'm like, how the fuck do you not know Morgan Murphy? Like, your peers. A lot of these kids are not professional guys. They're not committed to the game.
Unlike Inside Joke, though.
Not you. Look at you. You knew that I got to the game late. And that was pretty much, and then I took it from there, I feel like.
Yeah. Well, I asked about your podcast.
Oh,
vegan.
Yes.
I'm like,
vegan. No, you know what? I was a real asshole for saying that. I take it all back.
Yeah. But I did sneakily ask you where Dave was.
No, of course. You have to. Even I'm curious. If I wasn't me, I'd be like, God damn it, I hope he brings Dave up.
Well, thanks for stopping by Inside Joke.
My pleasure. See you in the front of the fucking theater.
Totally.
And
on the website.
Guys, it has a rich film look. A rich film look, guys. Very cinematic. A lot of saturation on there. It's got a heavy, humid 24p look that Daddy loves.